Ally Bank used to be one of the most recommended banks on YouTube, but it seems like SoFi is actually recommended more often than Ally is nowadays. So in this video, I'll be doing a comparison between Ally Bank and SoFi Bank. Timestamps will be down below. One of the main draws of online banking is the high interest that they pay. Both Ally and SoFi pay significantly higher interest than what you're going to get at a traditional brick and mortar bank. Since interest rates have been going up more lately, this makes online banking more appealing than ever. Right now, Ally pays 0.1% interest in their checking account and 3.75% interest in their savings account, while SoFi pays 1.2% interest in their checking account and 4% interest in their savings account. Both banks accrue interest on a daily basis. Interest is paid out at the end of the month at both banks. So SoFi wins when it comes to having a higher interest rate, but there is a catch. In order to get the 4% interest rate through SoFi, you have to have recurring direct deposits coming into your account every month. If you don't have these recurring direct deposits coming in, you'll only get 1.2% in your checking and savings account. With Ally Bank, you don't have to have direct deposits in order to get that 3.75% interest in the savings account. Overall, I give the win to SoFi, but if you are self-employed, retired, unemployed, whatever it may be, then Ally might actually be the better option for you when it comes to paying high interest. Unless you need that money on a regular basis, because there is a limit of 6 withdrawals per month through your savings account in Ally Bank. If you go over these withdrawals, you may be charged a fee. If you contact customer service, they should refund you, so it's not too big of a deal. But it's something to be aware of. Both banks have no monthly fees, yearly fees, or maintenance account fees. No minimum deposit, no overdraft fees. You can also get free checks from both banks. Both banks get an A+ for me when it comes to having no fees. Of course, you're still going to have to pay money if you're going to do a domestic wire transfer or something like that. I must also mention the savings withdrawal limit fee. I have never been charged one by SoFi despite going over the limit of withdrawals. I've been charged a $10 savings withdrawal limit fee from Ally twice. Both times they refunded me. The savings withdrawal limit fee actually used to be federal law, but on April 24th, 2020, the 6 withdrawals per month limit on savings accounts was deleted. If you ever get charged one, contact customer service and try to get a refund. Both banks get the A+ for me when it comes to having no fees, but SoFi may actually be slightly better when it comes to having no fees. Ally still has the 6 withdrawals limit listed in their app, which is a red flag to me. Since they seem to be fans of not charging a bunch of fees, it seems like they should actually get rid of this altogether, especially if it's not law anymore. Since Ally will more than likely refund you if you contact them, it's not too big of a deal. Both apps are solid and better than what you would get at a traditional brick and mortar bank. SoFi has more going on in their app, but the interface is still clean and easy to use. Both apps can be slow at times or take longer than expected to log you in, and both can experience a little bit of lag while using them. Which I must note that SoFi seems to actually be slightly more consistent, slightly more faster in both of these regards than Ally Bank. Face ID doesn't seem to always pop up whenever I open up the Ally Bank app, whereas it's a lot more consistent whenever I open up the SoFi app. The Ally Bank app does seem to have a little bit more lag than the SoFi app, despite it seeming like SoFi actually has more going on with their app. In my opinion, the user interface is overall better in the SoFi app. This is the part of the review where SoFi seems to get the upper hand when it comes to Ally Bank. Both Ally and SoFi have access to loans and investing. Although Ally seems to be behind on the times, it's 2023 and you still can't buy fractional shares through Ally, whereas you can with SoFi. Although Ally Invest does have mutual funds and SoFi does not. Since I'm not about going into debt, I haven't really explored loans with either company. Both banks have customer service. I have to give Ally the benefit when it comes to customer service, since SoFi's customer service is not 24/7 for their checking and savings account, whereas it is for Ally Bank. Ally actually used to be my main bank a few years ago. I even preferred them over SoFi back then. But as the years have gone on, Ally has done little to improve their smartphone app and service, whereas SoFi has just gotten better and better. SoFi has consistently improved their service and app. I have to give SoFi the overall win when it comes to the app. It's better in most every regard. Although I could see someone preferring Ally if they just wanted a simple checking and savings account, with nothing else. Since SoFi does have more going on and they try to push you towards getting a loan or getting their credit card, and also setting up direct deposit. SoFi tries to suck you into their ecosystem, which I'm a fan of what SoFi has to offer, so it's not too big of a deal to me. By the way, SoFi's credit card is actually pretty solid. I did a review on it not too long ago. Both Ally and SoFi have cons. Some cons that they share together is that they are both online banks, meaning that there are no physical locations. Depositing cash into these accounts suck. Personally, I keep $1 at my local brick and mortar bank, and if I have cash, I'll take it over there and then I'll send it over into SoFi. Also, when it comes to using an ATM, you will be charged a fee unless if it's an ATM within one of their networks. So if you're big on having cash, then online banks like SoFi and Ally may not be for you. In conclusion, both Ally and SoFi are great banks. In my opinion, both of them are better than the majority of traditional brick and mortar banks. Both will pay you much more interest and both will likely have a better app. Although, if you're big on physical cash, you may actually prefer a brick and mortar bank. Although SoFi is the winner in this comparison, there are cases in which you may actually prefer Ally over SoFi. SoFi does try to suck you into their ecosystem. This is good and bad. It's good in the sense that you can get more rewards, but it's bad in the sense that it can be annoying at times. Since I like what SoFi has to offer, it's mostly a benefit for me. But this isn't going to be the case for everyone. SoFi also requires you to have direct deposit set up in order to get the full amount of interest, whereas Ally does not. Overall, I would recommend both banks. Ally Bank doesn't have a welcome bonus, but SoFi does. When you sign up to SoFi using someone else's link, you will get $25 as a welcome bonus when you deposit $10. If you set up direct deposit, you can earn even more. You can actually churn SoFi for the welcome bonus and then send that money to Ally Bank if you wanted to. Which, funny enough, I actually did this back in the day before SoFi made all of their improvements.